You know, sometimes the news can be overwhelming. Some people say, I'm just trying to get through the day and I'm hearing negativity. Well, hold on, my friends. I've got some positivity for you. Stephen Colbert's epic conspiracy-minded mental breakdown. He's gotten canceled. His show was losing tons of money. He's gone on expletive-filled rants against the president. And now, once again, he is claiming it was a secret deal between Trump and CBS Paramount to shut him down because he was critical of the president. South Park, getting their $1.5 billion deal, alleged the exact same thing. These people have become crackpot, lunatic conspiracy theorists who think you can burn $40 million a year and not get fired. And if you do, it's a conspiracy against you. Shout out to Stephen Colbert. The man is becoming increasingly unhinged. And for those of us that are sick and tired of his unhinged rants, we can certainly bask in this last unhinged cycle that is the end of Colbert's garbage reign. Media reports morally bankrupt Colbert brutally torches Paramount bosses for alleged secret deal with Trump. Oh, a secret deal, huh? Colbert continued to torch his morally bankrupt network CBS and its parent company Paramount for the $16 million settlement with Trump and new reports of $20 million more. Oh, yeah?
One bright spot for Trump in the news right now is how much he's making my network crawl. Yesterday, Trump posted, breaking news. Yes, that is what you're doing to the news. Tell us how this time. We have just...
Colbert, you're reporting on, you're covering this. You're showing the world what he's saying. So Trump's just posting on social media.
Achieved a big and important win in our historic lawsuit against 60 Minutes, CBS, and Paramount. Paramount, CBS, 60 Minutes of today.
Wow, he's not good at Trump.
$16 million in settlement, and we will also anticipate receiving $20 million more from the new owners for a total of over $36 million.
Wow.
Wow, hold on. Plus they're paying his legal fees, 16 plus 20, 36. That means by bending the knee, they lost like $40 million this year. Huh. They better watch out. They better watch out. They might get canceled.
I love the pathetic mind melting of Stephen Colbert. Bro, you were losing that every single year. This is how settlements work. It's a one-time payout. So they say we can pay Trump one time and then just get rid of this stupid show that's losing us all this money. Oh, it is laughable how obvious it is. They're like, not only are we losing money on this show, we got to pay off Trump now. And Colbert's trying to act like, oh, no, it's a secret deal.
For purely financial reasons. Purely. The present owners are denying that additional $20 million, which I hope is true. Because could you imagine how angry people would be? Last year, Paramount laid off 2,000 employees, then cut another several hundred just last month, firing that many people, and then handing over $36 million to a guy who's putting your neighbors in alligator camps, all because of a lawsuit that your own lawyers said was completely without merit.
Your neighbors. Good riddance to the psycho cult.
If that's true, it would make CBS look morally bankrupt.
Or you.
Also bankrupt. Trump claims that additional $20 million is a gift in kind that will be paid in advertising, PSAs, or similar programming, all promoting causes supported by the president. So this fall on CBS, get ready for the new FBI Epstein redactors. We got a great show for you tonight.
Amazing to hear from this guy. These people are so dumb. I would like to tell you guys a little bit about business. Did you know that Donald Trump has over 500 or had more than 500 businesses in his lifetime? It's a routine thing, in fact. Let me just do some quick math. We got 1, 2, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Off the top of my head, 7. I probably have like 12. Businesses are, you have them, right? And Trump, I think he had like single-digit bankruptcies. And what these people do is they come out and they say, Donald Trump, he had so many bankruptcies. He bankrupted a casino. Trump Hotel never got permitting for the casino in Vegas. And I think they're referring to, is it Atlantic City? A lot of casinos are hurting, especially in Atlantic City. I could be missing this one. But the fact that a single business filed for bankruptcy doesn't mean you failed. Bankruptcy protection is to keep you in business because you're still making money and you can't pay off your debts faster than you can bring revenue in. So you need some leeway to turn things around. Otherwise, nobody gets money. The purpose of bankruptcy largely is that if I got a business and I'm making $5,000 a month, and then I accrue a bunch of debt and end up owing more than the cost of like labor and infrastructure, right? Now I'm going to go out of business. But wait, that means the people I owe money to won't get paid. So you file for bankruptcy protection, and then you can start to try and make money and reassess. And it's just it's a protection. It doesn't mean your business has failed. There are numerous businesses that file for bankruptcy and then come out of bankruptcy fine. Some liquidate, sell off all their assets. Who knows? But the fact that Trump had hundreds of businesses and only a few bankruptcies, this is the funny thing about how stupid these people are. It's like, Colbert, have you ever done any paperwork? Do you have an accountant or a lawyer? That's why I think they're lying. It is hard for me to believe that Colbert is this stupid when it comes to business. Let's try this. You run a company that sells lemonade, and you've got a nice little lemonade stand on the corner. Well, one day, one of your employees starts spitting on people, and you get sued. And you're like, crap, we now have a massive budget shortfall. We're being sued. We're probably not going to win. Or at the bare minimum, if we pursue this, we may end up losing more money in litigation than we would actually just settle out for, which is why most people settle lawsuits. Sometimes you shouldn't, because the long-standing reputational damage could be a lot worse. So what ends up happening? Well, you say, okay, guy, I'm sorry. We're going to fire the employee and we're going to pay you what do you want? And they're going to say, I want $4,000. You go, oh, fine. Then you're going through your budget and you go, we're down $4,000 for this year off this one lawsuit. We fired the employee. That's taken care of. But we do have this other lemonade stand. It loses $4,000 per year. Okay, guys, we just had to pay out $4,000 for this suit. Let's not keep this failing stand in business. Let's just get rid of it. And then Colbert comes out, whoa, it's completely related. It's the same thing. This guy is so arrogant and insane. He thinks that a multi-billion-dollar company should keep him employed, sinking 40 to 50 million per year. And if Donald Trump somewhere else files a lawsuit over 60 minutes, that it's all related to him. This guy is actually trying to make the argument that they went after him as part of a secret settlement with Donald Trump to shut him down. In the meantime, Paramount just gave $1.5 billion so that South Park can claim Donald Trump has a tiny wiener. So I certainly don't think, Colbert, you're all that special. I think your key demo ratings are in the gutter. I think Paramount, CBS, whatever, is saying, guys, we can't keep losing money on this guy. No one watches his show. Now, there is an interesting phenomenon that is currently happening. Now, Colbert gets $3 million. $3 million. The good news is, I guess for us, for the younger generation that will inherit this country, no disrespect to the boomers, but it's like 3.2 million per episode on average, and 3 million, I kid you not, are over 68 years old. And that matters. Boomers got money. That's why they're playing this game. It's a generation that's latched on to as much wealth as they can, and they won't let go. I don't blame them. I mean, I'll be 68. I ain't giving anybody anything. My kids, hiring, maybe things like that. But not all boomers. There are a lot of boomers that are poor too and struggling every single day. But as a generation compared to other generations, boomers, please just acknowledge this. It's true. Boomers hold a disproportionate amount of wealth relative to all of the generations throughout history. It didn't used to be like this. So they're going to keep pandering. But that being said, the mortality cliff, they call it, is coming soon. And again, I'm not trying to rag on you boomers, but the mortality cliff is coming. Life expectancy is around 79 years old for the average male, a little bit more for females. That means in the next 10 years, what we call the mortality cliff, we start to see a rapid decimation of a generation because people all start dying around the same time. This is not to say that all boomers will die, but you will start to see a rapid decline. Like right now, I think there's 20 million silent generation. In the next 10 years, it will drop down to like 1 million or less because it's an exponential increase the older you get. The boomers will then begin to experience this, and they're going to see a major collapse, and the U.S. population will decline because there's no Gen Alpha. What that means is, for a lot of these companies, they still do want to pander to an older generation because they've got money to spend. The problem? Companies are few and far between that have, look, you may have wealth piled up, but older retirees aren't buying as much. Vacation packages, you'll see ads for pharma and cruise lines. But what about people who need things? Well, here's the problem for young people. You didn't have babies, so there's not much that you need. You can sleep on a pad, a mattress on the floor, and be fine. And so where we're going now is people like Colbert, he's not completely wrong to say that we got great ratings. Yeah, well, only 200,000 in the key demo. So you are out of it. In 10 years, you're gone. You're cooked, and nobody watches your show. Paramount simply saying, let's end this on a high note. Think about how crazy it is. 20 years ago, they were getting more than 3 million, and that was key demo. Crazy, right? Then over the past 10 years, these people started aging out of the key demographic, and now he gets 200,000. Substantially less than I get on Timcast IRL or my morning show. Our noon live show averages are, I think, around 400,000. No joke, no kidding. Between Rumble and YouTube. If you want to go with the YouTube numbers, it's purely like 200 to 250. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. And then on Rumble, it's around the same. Why would anybody want to spend $20 million on this guy when you can spend substantially less sponsoring a show like Timcast? So I say good riddance to a bad problem, and you can just see his ego bursting from his bulging veins. Goodbye. We'll leave it there. Smash the like button, share the show. We got more coming up for you, and we'll see you all in the next segment.